City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile. And on every street corner you'll hear silver bells, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile. And on every street corner you'll hear silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city, in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Strings of streetlights, even stoplights, blink a bright red and green as the shoppers rush home with their treasures. Hear the snow crunch, see the kids rush. This is Santa's big day. And above all this bustle you'll hear silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city, in the city. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, hear them ring, hear them ring. Very soon it will be Christmas Day. Strings of streetlights, even stoplights, blink a bright red and green as the shoppers rush home with their treasures. Hear the snow crunch, see the kids rush. This is Santa's big day. And above all this bustle you'll hear silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city, in the city. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, hear them ring, hear them ring. Very soon it will be Christmas Day. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing. Very soon it will be Christmas Day. Silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city, in the city. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, hear them ring, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop.
Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling.
You will get a sentimental feeling, sentimental feeling. When you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. You will get a sentimental feeling, sentimental feeling, sentimental feeling. When you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly. Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. You will get a sentimental feeling, sentimental feeling, sentimental feeling. When you hear voices singing, let's be jolly. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. You will get a sentimental feeling, sentimental feeling, sentimental feeling. When you hear voices singing, let's be jolly. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Happy holiday. Happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Lex and X, Lex and X, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring, snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chime in jingle bell time, dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Pick up your feet. Jingle around the clock. Mix and a mingle in the jingling beat. That's the Jingle Bell Rock. Doop doo 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 doo. Doop doo 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 doo. Doop doop doo 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 doo. That's the Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring, snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chime in jingle bell time, dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Pick up your feet. Jingle around the clock. Mix and a mingle in the jingling beat. That's the Jingle Bell Rock. That's the Jingle Bell. That's the Jingle Bell. That's the Jingle Bell Rock. Do, 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 do.
Just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops
Good frickin' Friday morning, everybody. What up, Man-Bear?
Not bad. How cold are you this morning?
-1 degrees outside.
Like 28.
It's not so bad.
Not that bad.
Cheers, everybody. I hope everybody's having a wonderful, wonderful Friday morning. Good morning, my most beautiful Amber. How are you, my dear? I hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful Friday morning.
Good morning, Mindy. Happy Friday.
Good morning, Brother Bill. How are you, man? I hope you're having a wonderful Friday.
Good morning, Kay.
Good morning, Crystal. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful morning.
Good morning, Vicki. We won. We won.
Hey, we're 7. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful morning.
Good morning, Country Bread. How you doing? How you doing?
Good morning, Christine. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful morning.
Good morning, Deb Rose. Happy Friday.
Good morning, Ma. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Friday.
Good morning, DJ Ashley Stevens. Happy Friday the 13th.
All right, I got Getting Stoned words out. If you got one, please make sure you get it in. And let's smoke a bowl, everybody. Happy Friday morning. We'll go with... this one.
Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul, with a corncob pipe and a button nose, and 2 eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. They say he was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old top hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. There must have been some magic in that old top hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Ooh, Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Frosty the Snowman knew the sun was hot that day, so he said, let's run and we'll have some fun. Now before I melt away, Frosty the Snowman had to hurry on his way. But he waved goodbye, saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday. There must have been some magic in that old top hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. And though he's gone, his tale remains, a snowy friend so true. And every year we sing and cheer, Frosty, we remember you.
Good morning, Roger. How are you? Dang, Bill, I'm so sorry, but I will say I'm glad that it was the dog breaking the bong and not the bong breaking the dog.
Ooh, good call.
And I
buddy.
also just want to shamelessly totally plug it here. If you act, if something happens to your rig or your bong, you can always reach out to the one and only Europe Entertainment for a fucking dope ass $40 Rig box coming with a complete dab or bong rig. Usually it's pretty versatile. Shipping included directly to your door.
Yeah. We make it versatile too because not everybody dabs and not everybody flowers, I guess, really.
I enjoy dabs, but I'm like, I don't have a whole, I mean, I've got like a dab rig set up, but I don't use it. Like if I'm gonna fucking dab, I'm just gonna use my nectar collector. And then like, I enjoy the vapes a lot, very much so. And other than that, I'm a flower power the whole fucking way, bro.
I don't know. I love my water smoking, man. I've been smoking through bong since 1998, probably. And yeah.
Europe.org, but that's not the website. The website is europebox.com, but it's just simple just to send them a message. Or you can reach out to anybody from the Cove, and we will get you your rig box, mystery box, $20 mystery box. It comes with all sorts of awesome ass cannabis goodies too. It's all one of a kind, custom handmade pipes and stuff too, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
All right.
Popsy uses them all the time.
Popsy is he gets like weekly rig box subscription service. I don't know how he does that. I don't think that's a thing, but every like week or two there's a rig box or a mystery box. Morning update for what? Friday the 13th. Yeah, absolutely, Bill. I can definitely do that. I'm all like 5 hours out on my messenger lock, so woo. Much love to everybody that came out to Turf Wars last night, based on Turf Wars last night. Congratulations to the Falconettis for beating the Red Cobras. Congratulations to the White Tigers for beating the Russos. And Yurt and Copsy fought in the match of the night, I believe. And Copsy won that one. And so
he needed a win. A win. Come on.
The standings are still shook up a little bit, but Red Cobras are still first placers. So
you mean the guy in first?
There's more than just me.
Okay, the team that is currently in first place,
also known as first placers.
No, never.
Great day today. We will have the subscriber giveaway this afternoon because we didn't do it on Wednesday because of all the fuckery. Good morning, CJ. How are you, dear? Hope you're having a wonderful morning. All right, make sure you're getting stoned words in if you have not yet. Amber getting Mindy stoned, Bill again, Kay with Crystal Mai, Vicki only, and Lumberjack, if you can drop that, friends. This morning we'll have our This Day in History with the one and only Vicki Bowers. Vicki, wherever you are, I hope you're feeling better. I will message you today as soon as I can. But keep sending them. We fucking love it. As long as you keep sending them, we'll keep watching them. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll have marble racing this afternoon. Other than that, the Fridays are pretty chilling. Basement Brawl tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time. That will stream on this Sir Cop Slot page, on the Europe Entertainment page, and on the Cove TV YouTube page. So then you can throw that up on the TV, whatever, if that's.
Yeah. It's actually really nice watching on YouTube for casting to your TV or whatever you want to call it. And then
yes, absolutely. I just feel like it's so much easier to watch on YouTube, but it's way fucking easier to interact on Facebook.
Right. So depending on what kind of day you have, you got interactive day or a chill day. We got you covered.
Good morning, Heather. How are you? Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. We are 5 minutes out from 420, everybody.
I put way too many layers on this morning, man. That first bong rip, literally, raised my temperature by 20 degrees. I'm like, yeah, I gotta take some shit off. It's probably a toque, eh? Grab my boots and my toque.
Boots and the toque. What has everybody got going on for their Friday today? Working on some lyrics and putting a thank you 4 minutes out, putting together a few other things. It's been a weird fucking week, but
it's been a weird week. But was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. The Canucks beat the Stanley Cup champions from last year in regular season game 4-0. They shut out the Florida Panthers. Florida.
I don't mind the Panthers, but
I
they're no
know.
Gators.
I was like, they're no Gators. I was gonna say they're no Gators, but they did lose to the Canucks.
Hey, good morning, Coffin. How are you? Hope you're having a wonderful morning. 3 minutes. Yep, there it went. Let's see who else we got here. Okay. With Crystal My Vicki only.
Oh man, go with the Georgia Pie times Zittles, Roger. Come on, man. You're answering your own question there, buddy.
Who would be our next game somewhere? Christina, you would be our next getting stoned order. Do you want to drop the word friends just in case? Lumberjack, if you're out there, do you want to drop the word friends? And we'll get stoned. Is everybody enjoying the 5 to 7 minutes of weatherness? I don't know. If you guys don't like it, I'm just trying to do different shits to fill
the weather. I like the weather.
Just chill and listen to a few songs and 2 minutes out.
Honestly, the funniest part of that 70s show, you remember that 70s show, right? Really funny.
Of course.
So Hyde stole the cable so we could watch TV, right? And then Red fixed it so whatever he was watching, Steven had to watch, right? So he's sitting downstairs watching the Weather Network, just laughing his ass off because there's fucking horrible weather everywhere but where he is in Wisconsin. Right? He's like, I fucking love the Weather Channel. I'm so glad I'm here. It's fucking hilarious, man. So get stoned and watch the Weather Channel. It's funny as hell.
Dang, lots of good strains. Zittles, Mendo.
Yeah.
Georgia Pie.
Dang.
The final countdown, everybody. Make sure you're packing up, heating up, rolling up, coffeeing up, because it's fucking Friday morning and it doesn't feel like it. Grinding up, probs heating up a little bit if you use a dabber. Waking up because it's fucking morning time. Get y'all asses out of bed. I'm just kidding. I don't care.
It's so dark here. Don't yell at me.
I'm so sorry. I don't blame you one bit.
Oh man, it's gonna be a good day. I ain't got much on the docket today. Go see my father-in-law. Yeah,
it's gonna be a good day. Can you feel that beat? Motivation's in the air. Get up on your feet.
I know that song. I probably do, but
that's one of the Cove songs.
Oh, okay. I knew it. You got so many. There is a lot, which is good. I'm not saying that's a negative. I'm just saying it's a lot. So if I'm not recognizing every single one. As soon as you turn it on, though, I'm like, oh, shit. There we go. Oh,
Hey, happy 420, wonderful Cove folks, and cheers.
Smoke weed every day.
Oh, good morning, Miss Smoka. Hope you're having a wonderful morning.
Love that song. Oof.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Dang.
Dang.
I'm good.
Yeah.
It's just been such a weird week. Missing Monday
I
morning
know.
show really, really fucked with my schedule this week. Like my
Really weird. Fucking Man-Bear's winning everything. Fuck, it's just such a fucking upside down week, man. I'm just saying.
it's been fucking with my circadian rhythm.
And right, it is. It's true, man. Like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I got victories.
Yeah, that's why last night I was telling Kopsy, I was like, bro, me and Kopsy have both had those runs. Europe has had those runs.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, yeah. He was winning everything, man. I swear. And then Europe, I swear, he won. Didn't he win like Stoner Roulette and then like something else? And then he had the belt for Token Tunes too. It was like Monday, Tuesday, or something like that.
Yeah, Europe has won the 5 times trophy. Europe has won Stoner Roulette trophy multiple times. Europe has gold Nux, silver Nux, regular Nux. He's had the Token Tunes belt.
I know. It's like, yeah, if we ever had to do like an overall like champion of champions, it's gonna be Europe or Kopsy. No offense to you or me, but I just think they have more victories, man.
I think I've won Stoner Roulette more than Kopsy.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
But he's definitely has more Nux. Turf Wars as well, first placers.
I mean, I don't remember the last time I actually won regular Stoner Roulette. I remember I won 5 times like 2-3 months ago, whenever last time we played it. Well, I was one of the last winners because that was right before I think you moved.
Yeah. And then dude, on Tuesday night it took 11 songs for Kopsy to get a song. I think his was maybe it was 10. I think his was the 10th song. Other than that, it was just me and you and we were just jamming, and Kopsy's like, fuck this game.
I know, it's such good songs, man. We're getting so good at picking music, and that's the only way to put that is we're getting good at picking music. Like, the songs have been such fire lately.
Hey, good morning, Giggler. How are you, man?
What up, Giggler?
What's
going on, man?
Man. All right, let's I don't know, nobody really answered me. Do you guys like the weather thing, or is that something you're not interested in doing?
Whether you like it or not.
I mean, I'm either ways. If you guys don't, I mean, it's totally okay if it's like meh. But if it's it's up to y'all's, man. This is y'all's show.
I'm baked and forgot you asked that question, but yeah, I like it. I mean, yeah, it's cool. Well, like I said, man, weather's awesome, man.
Especially it's nice to kind of know what the fuck's going on that day. But
in a month or whenever we actually get our winter, when winter shows up, and I'm walking through 2 or 3 feet of snow, I say to myself, we don't get earthquakes, we don't get hurricanes, we don't have alligators, we don't get hurt,
Yeah, for real. There's no poisonous, nothing.
No, well, I mean, yeah, but we got to worry more about spiders, like black widows and shit like that. Is for real. We got a lot of black and brown recluse spiders and shit, but not size.
We don't have none of that shit in Minnesota, bro. I don't survive a -1, nothing.
Dude, the worst part is the things that will kill you here. You can't see some of them. They're tiny. They're like little spiders. They'll give you like one bite. You're done.
I feel like it's the opposite of like the things that will kill you in Canada. You will see coming at you like a fucking brick building. Like, hi, this is this 9 foot tall, 1,500 pound moose. It says hello with its paw to your face.
My amazement with mooses or mises, whatever you call them, are freaking how fast they run. Dude, they run like 40 miles an hour. Moose, like through snow. I watched this one video. This moose just hauling ass through snow. Not just through whatever, but through snow is crazy.
Yeah, we've watched that video before. Yeah, it's like pure snow power plower. Yeah.
You still got people and tourists coming up to mooses trying to pet them and shit. It's like that moose will fuck you up more than a cobra fucking pigeon will, whatever you call it. Gooses.
Yeah, that's a real thing that'll happen. All right, we'll do a few songs. We'll do the weather segment, and then we'll do this day in history, everybody. Much love. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday morning.
Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from my heart. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad.
Cheers, everybody. I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning.
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. It glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. It glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Ooh, whoa, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. It glows. It glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Ooh.
Then one a foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows, Rudolph, you're the brightest star we've ever known.
This is the future 48. It looks like everybody's going to get lots of snow here this weekend. Remember, it looks like you're going to get snow here in a minute.
Yeah, I am. But it's only going to be like half an inch.
Yeah, it's not going to be much.
No. That's the weather we have here is so freaking ADD, man. Like, the fact that it rained for a day the other day was weird and literally just messed everything up, man. Because the temperature didn't really go up past, 36, even when it was raining. And the highest we're going this week is probably 39 and snowing. So it's like, oh, the temperature's warming up and it's snowing.
Good morning, Dakota.
What's up, Mr. Hampton? How you doing, brother?
Nice play
Been
there.
a minute.
Dang.
Huh?
Smooth. I should have thought of that. Anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning, man. All right, everybody. This day in history, December 13th, with the one and only Vicki Bowers. Everybody.
Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for December 13th. December 13th is the 347th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 348th in leap years, with 18 days remaining to the end of the year. The other day we looked at the word nice and its history and origin, and that made me think of the word nice. Gneiss is a coarse-grained metamorphic rock, which means it's been metamorphosed or changed from one type of rock to another by heat and pressure. In this process of metamorphosis, the rock usually stays mostly solid but recrystallizes to a new texture or mineral composition. Gneiss, as I mentioned, is a metamorphic rock, and some of its characteristics are that it shows a particular kind of banding, along with a few other specific characteristics. In gneiss, being a coarse-grained rock, mineral grains can be fairly easily seen with the unaided eye. Interestingly, even though these compositional layers are pretty obvious, gneiss isn't necessarily much for fracturing along these layers. Since gneiss is a metamorphosed form of rock, it might be further described by the predominant mineral contained in it, such as granite gneiss, diorite gneiss, garnet gneiss, and so on. Gneiss can be metamorphosed from rock that was originally igneous or from rock that was originally sedimentary, as gneiss simply describes a type of rock that became rearranged under heat and pressure. The word gneiss comes to us from an old High German word that meant spark. First known use of the word gneiss is in the 1750s. Nice. And with that, prompted by the Protestant Reformation, the Catholic Church initiated the Council of Trent on December 13, 1545. The Council of Trent is generally considered to be the embodiment of the Counter-Reformation. On December 13th, 1623, the Plymouth colony established the system of trial by a 12-man jury in the American colonies. This is the birthday of Mary Todd Lincoln, born December 13th, 1818. She was the wife of President Abraham Lincoln, making her the 16th First Lady. She was a staunch supporter of her husband, and as we all know, President Lincoln was assassinated while in office. The Lincolns had 4 sons, the middle 2 of whom died in childhood. The youngest of the 4 died at the age of 18 with some sort of breathing problem, tuberculosis, pleurisy, pneumonia, something like that. The oldest son, Robert, was the only one of the Lincoln boys to outlive his parents. Mrs. Lincoln suffered from migraines and depression off and on most of her adult life and died in 1882 at the age of 63. This is the birthday of actor Van Heflin, born December 13th, 1908, in Walters, Oklahoma. I learned right along with you all as I do the research for these episodes, and I learned that he went to class in high school in Oklahoma City, where my own dad went, and also went to OU, Oklahoma University, also where my dad went. Van Heflin acted in theater beginning in the 1920s, radio and film playing mostly character parts, and a string of parts as a leading man with a filmography dating from 1939. He played in several westerns such as Shane, 310 to Yuma, Santa Fe Trail, and Gunman's Walk, just to name a few. I count around 30 or so movie parts, over a dozen television parts, and several radio drama parts. Van Heflin passed in 1971 at the age of 62. The Apollo 17 mission team, Eugene Cernan and Harrison Schmitt, made their 3rd and final extravehicular activity, also known as an EVA or the moonwalk, on December 13th, 1972. So far, they are the last humans to set foot on the moon. One of my viewers pointed out that this is the birthday of singer-songwriter Taylor Swift, born December 13th, 1989. She began writing songs professionally in 2004 when she was 14 and signed to become a country singer the following year. As many artists do, she opened tours for other musicians early in her career, 2007, 2008. In 2012, she began crossing over from country to pop with her album Red, whose lead single was a song called We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. Forbes and Bloomberg estimate her wealth at $1.1 billion with a B. Best I can tell, she has 10 studio albums, but because of a dispute over the ownership of her early catalog, 4 of those early albums were re-recorded. Looks like she has 60 singles as a lead artist, 8 as a featured artist, and 40 promotional singles, and 123 other songs that charted even though they weren't released as singles. Interestingly, her younger brother Austin Swift is also in show business, and their grandmother was a television personality and opera singer, Marjorie Finlay. And that's Taylor Swift. Today's song, then, is We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together by Taylor Swift. Released in 2012 as the lead single from her album Red, that's an album in which she experimented with electronic elements, foreshadowing a crossover from country to pop. There's come to be sort of a meme around Taylor Swift that she writes songs about romances that didn't work out. And We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together appears to express annoyance at an old beau who wants to rekindle a relationship. It's said to have a catchy melody and radio-friendly sound, and while it became her first Billboard Hot 100 #1 record, some have said the lyrics were substandard to her usual songwriting abilities. I haven't listened to the radio or watched TV in ages, so if I've ever heard a song of hers, I don't know it, but I did listen to this one in preparation for today's video. We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together by Taylor Swift. Link in the description. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That playlist lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page. It's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.
Good morning, Mama Hensley. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning. If you are not, please make sure that you are subscribed to the Vicki Bowers YouTube and following her This Day in History with Vicki Bowers on Facebook. She's fucking incredible. I love the This Day in History every day. It's an incredible way to start the day. Much love, Vicki Bowers, and I'll message you after my messenger becomes unlocked. And good morning, Brother Coffee. How are you, man?
Taylor Swift just ended her Eras tour, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge Taylor Swift fan, but like, you can't deny it's like the Tom Brady rings thing. Like, you can't deny all of the success. I'm not a huge Taylor. She's got some decent songs, whatever.
Hey, I'm not gonna go to her concert. I don't think my kids are into that, but I will give her the fact that she's a very successful artist who's done well for herself.
Yeah, I mean, like, if somebody else wanted to listen to a Taylor Swift song, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
But dude,
but if anyone
many songs. And 1.1 billion with a B.
I know.
And that's a lot of like songs to be.
Yeah. You know the best way to listen to Nickelback, right? Is noise canceling headphones.
And you don't hear anything. I'm just kidding,
I said it because he's in the crowd. You know I said a Nickelback joke because he's here.
And I mean, just because I always do. There's the song of the day. You can listen to it, or you can not. Either ways.
Hey, Coffee, couldn't make it as a wise man.
Just waiting for that comment. He says, "Listen up there, you mother." He'll be in the studio in 2.2 seconds.
Yeah, I know. Wham! Just like all of a sudden, like, I don't care. Yeah, no. It's like, but like if the Beatles were produced by Nickelback. Hey, none of your Nickelback passion. Oh, man. You good, Beans?
Yeah. Are you good?
Yes, he did it. Yes. That's fucking awesome. I love it. I love you, Brother Coffee.
Love you, Brother Coffee. And thank you very much for letting us stream to your page. We should be able to go live on the Cove TV page this afternoon. But dang, she gave her crew over $1 million. Okay. She's got a decent soul thingy.
Yeah. I mean, really, if you're making that much money and you're not paying the help good, you're not going to get good help for much longer. Just like, I know I'm saying $1 million, but
hey, good morning, Marissa. Hello. I hope you're having a Marissa-tastic morning. There's a not to be named afternoon talk show host that I would much rather work for Taylor Swift than work for her. Just saying.
That's true.
Just saying.
You're talking about Ricky Lake. You're talking about Ricky Lake, aren't you?
I'm talking about fucking Ellen DeGeneres.
Who?
Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh.
Damn it. I don't want to say her name.
Okay, it's okay. I don't think she does Facebook anymore. I think she's leaving North America.
No, for reals. I mean, like, I used to love her show, and then fuck that. And on that note, I'm playing a song. Much love, everybody. Cheers.
Have a holly jolly Christmas, the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and when you walk down the street, say hello, say hello, say hello to friends you know and everyone you meet. cheer. Have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and when you walk down the street, say hello, say hello, say hello to friends you know, and everyone you meet. Ooh. Ho ho, the mistletoe is hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you. Kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Ho ho, the mistletoe is hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you. Kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Ho ho, the mistletoe is hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you. Kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year.
That's a good one. I fucking love it. Like I've always said, when I think of Christmas music, man, it's got to give me that swing, that Bing Crosby.
Yeah. Thanks, Larissa. Yeah, I thought maybe I'd grow a little winter beard and then grow it out till spring and then shave it off, see what happens. Never know. See if I catch it on fire before it gets too long. That's the worry.
I don't mind a beard. I mean, I hate the mustache.
Yeah, I got rid of the stash, and then my wife said I look like Abraham Lincoln.
See, I don't mind the Lincoln beard. I enjoy.
Yeah,
but I can't do the mustachio.
No, you mean just the mustache? You can't do just the stash.
Well, I would rather not.
See, if you do the mustache at our age, you got to do the handlebars. So it's the mustache and then down, like a partial.
That's extra no, bro. I feel like that's so much extra no.
What are you talking about, man? That's fucking, dude. You just connected down here, and that's stone cold.
That's even more,
dude. If you hear glass breaking in a song and you don't expect Stone Cold walking up behind you, come on.
Well, it's different, bro.
Just saying.
Like Goldberg can pull off a blonde deal, but like I don't feel like like Justin Timberlake could in the 90s. Like it's not the same.
Yeah, I mean Justin Timberlake, can he even grow facial hair? Really? I mean, he old enough?
Yeah, bro.
I'm saying.
When he was I'm pretty sure like his Crimea River, he had a whole beard deal going in that music video. It might have been photoshopped. I don't know.
It's because no one taught him how to shave. That's why he was crying a river.
I don't mind Justin Timberlake. No, he's got some bops.
Yeah. His best one was the SNL song he did with Adam Sandberg about a Christmas present he was going to get his girlfriend.
All right, we'll play another song. We'll jump into our morning speaker. We'll go with this one. Cheers, everybody. Good morning, Brittany. How are you? Hope you've been feeling better. Good morning, Stu. How are you, man? Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Cheers, everybody.
The first Noel, the angels did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay, keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 Noel,
King of Israel. Down they looked up and saw a star shining in the east, beyond them far, and to the earth it gave great light, and so it continued both day and night. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel.
They looked up and saw a star shining in the east, beyond them far, and to the earth it gave great light, and so it continued both day and night. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Noel, 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 let the good news flow. Born is the King, born is Israel. Noel, Noel, Noel. Then let us all with one accord sing praises to our heavenly Lord, that hath made heaven and earth of naught, and with his blood mankind hath bought. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Noel, Noel, born is the King. Noel, Noel, let the joy bells ring. Born is the King of Israel.
All right, everybody. Our morning speaker is Scarlet Keys. This is a very good one. If you happen to remember this one, don't say anything. This is a really good one. Oh, really good one.
Songs are the soundtrack of our lives. From birthday parties, lullabies, our first love, our first heartbreak, our wedding song, our next wedding song, and ultimately the song that's played at our funeral. Songs enhance the moment or the season. They help us dance. They make us cry. They make us run the extra mile. And they can even make us hate sitting in traffic just a little bit less. Songs help us remember our lives. They are a time capsule and a time machine. Imagine you're riding in your car next to your partner in your perfectly happy marriage when all of a sudden that song comes on. That song, that song from that one summer love. And as your partner is sweetly giving you a traffic update, you are gone, evaporated from your heated seat back to that Greek island with the sunset lips of Pericles Constantine Danos coming in for a kiss. You have been transported by a song that was encoded in your brain that summer. It's not your fault. Songs are powerful. Have you ever thought about what's in a song, what's in those 3.5 minutes of arranged sound that have such impact? We all listen to and turn to songs. I've had the privilege of being someone who writes songs, and as a professor at the Berklee College of Music, I help other artists write theirs. And there's tools we use as songwriters that affect emotion. One of the tools we use is tone. That's something we all understand, tone. Imagine you're sitting in a cold hospital room waiting to meet your doctor, wearing nothing but your underwear beneath your dignity gown, and your doctor comes in. Nobody wants to hear, "Hello, my name is Dr. Watson and I'm your brain surgeon." We want to hear, "Hello, my name is Dr. Watson and I am your brain surgeon." Because when his tone of voice goes up, so does your heart rate. And when his tone of voice goes down, you feel calm and like, I'm in good hands. So tone of voice matters. The next time you go on a first date, you can either say, "I haven't been on a date in a while." Or you can say, "I haven't been on a date in a while." It matters. It matters. So think of melody as the song's tone of voice. How we say what we say is oftentimes more important than what we say. As Western listeners, we have a relationship to melody and we have an expectation to that relationship. So I'm going to play something, and when I stop playing, I want you to tell me what you expect me to play next. There it is, exactly. So some notes feel stable and some notes feel more unstable, begging for resolution. And that's very powerful information for a songwriter to know. The words we place on those notes make the listener feel certain things. I'd like to take a moment to ruin an Adele song. I'm sure you've all heard her song, "Someone Like You." In the verse and in the pre-chorus, she runs into her ex unexpectedly, and she's clearly still in love. And in the chorus, she says, "Never mind, I'll find someone like you." Okay, you know the song. What if she had sung it like this? "Never mind, I'll find someone like you." What happened? I apologize, by the way. In my version, we believe her. We believe she will find someone like you. No problem. There's plenty of you out there. Because I have paired stable notes in the key and stable chords, bringing a feeling of stability. But that's not the melody she sang. Those weren't the tones that she sang. This is her version. "Never mind, I'll find someone like you." Do you feel the difference? So when she sang "Never Mind," she sang it on the most stable note in the major key. When she sang "Find Someone," she sang it on that note that you all wanted me to resolve back to the home note. Find someone. And then she sings "You" on the bittersweet 6th degree of the major scale, breaking your heart. You. In her version, we know she will never find anyone like you. We know that because she has paired unstable pitches to match the way she's feeling, building empathy with the audience. Go, Adele.
Good morning, Helen. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning. Stick around, folks. This is such a good one. You don't want to miss this morning's.
Another way that songwriters emotionalize our lyrics is the use of chords. The chords are just 3 to 4 notes played at the same time. 3, 4. And chords have a lot to say about how our lyrics feel. So let's say I want to write a song about eating a Snickers bar. And let's say that I feel amazing about eating that Snickers bar because they just came out with a fat-free vegan version. I would want to make sure that I picked chords that felt as happy about this news as I do. Today I ate a Snickers bar. But what if that wasn't the case? What if I was despondent or very upset about the fact that I'm eating this Snickers bar because it was my ex's favorite Snickers bar. It was his favorite candy bar, and it was the last thing we ate together. Today I ate a Snickers bar. So chords help us define the mood of the song. Another tool that we use is repetition, because repetition helps our listener remember our song and sing with us. So again, I'm going to play something, and I want you to be honest. I want you to raise your hand when you start to get bored. You are the world's greatest audience. You are the world's greatest audience. You are the world's greatest audience. I'm hurt. No. Exactly. How did we all know that, right? Because in songwriting, there's the rule of 3. You can't repeat the same melody exactly the same way 3 times in a row. Something's got to change that 3rd time. Maybe I could have changed a chord. You are the world's greatest audience. Or maybe the melody. You are the world's greatest audience. So our brains love patterns, but our brains also love surprise. So I set up a pattern, and then I surprised you, and you were re-engaged. But too much repetition causes the brain to habituate and zone out. Too much repetition is a sonic cliche, and our listener stops listening. How many times have you said to your partner in the same melodic stratosphere, "Honey, pick up your towels. Honey, pick up your towels." Like after thousands of repetitions, their brain has habituated to your wife voice, and they don't hear you. They really don't. They really don't. So try changing your melody in some way. Next time, go, "Honey, pick up your towels." Songs help us process emotion and understand how we feel. When we listen to songs we love, our brain releases the feel-good hormone dopamine. When we listen to songs we don't like or hate or bad hold music, our body releases the stress hormone cortisol. So try a little bit of this brain science for yourself at home. Pick a song in the morning to start your day with instead of the usual negative thought train that blazes through your brain, taking you with it. Put on a song you love that has uplifting lyrics that primes your nervous system for a great day. Or the next time you have questionable in-laws coming over, instead of awkward silences and small talk, put on a song you know they love and let the dopamine flow. I like to start a song with a great title or a concept or a clear emotion. And then use the language that's a mixture of concrete language, metaphor, and emotion. And then I use all of the musical elements in support of that idea. As music helps us process negative emotions, as I've gotten older, I've had to adopt new nouns to my vocabulary. Words I never thought would belong to me, like jowls and turkey neck. And most horrifyingly, crepe skin. So in order to process my rage, I wrote a song about it. All right, so here's a little bit. Crepe skin, Oh, I've got crepe skin. I'm just getting started, haven't figured out the journey yet. Better than I've ever been, but now I've got a turkey neck. I'm wearing scarves like Diane Keaton, turtleneck sweaters in the summer when it's heating. Crepe skin.
Hey, good morning, Kimmy. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful morning. We're just doing our morning speaker. It's a good one.
I know you don't relate, but yes, I was able to laugh at the aging process and better accept it, and the delivery of my first AARP magazine. Over a year ago, many of you might know this, over a year ago, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I turned to music for my therapy. In fact, my song was Lizzo's About Damn Time. Yes. After a double mastectomy, chemotherapy, and going bald, Lizzo's lyrics, I've been so down and under pressure, I may not be the girl I was or used to be. Bitch, I might be better. And the chorus lyric, I've got a feeling I'm gonna be all right, okay, it's about damn time, became my fight song of optimism and a shot of dopamine. As there were days that I couldn't face the next round of chemo. And I would get a text message from an old friend or a card in the mail or a knock on the door with a huge bouquet of flowers. And I was filled with love from those simple kindnesses. And that support and that love made me face the next treatment. It really made me start to understand why I loved that old song, You Are the Wind Beneath My Wings. Because I literally felt lifted by the love and the friendship that was surrounding me, because I shared what I was going through, which I felt was really important to do. And their love held me when I couldn't hold myself. One day, one of my favorite songwriters texted me and he said, "How are you?" And I said, "It's going to take everything I've got to get through this." And he texted back, "Well, it's a good thing you've got everything." But I'm a songwriter, so that idea, which he will get no credit for, I held on to that idea because I thought those were ideas come to me from. And one day, my dear friend and artist Susan Cattaneo came to visit, and I said, "I'm ready to start processing some of this. I'd like to write a song." And I told her about that idea, and we sat down, and of course, the first instinct could have been the minor key, because that's where we sort of feel that sadness or darkness belongs. But I was feeling a lot more complicated and complex than that. I was feeling sadness, but I was feeling fear, but it was all lined with sunlight and hope because of all my amazing friends and the community around me. And so we decided to write it in a major key, altering one note. So it was a blend of darkness and light. From the major key, we got the major, and then altering one note, we sort of got a little bit of the darkness. In psychology, there's a term, name it to tame it. And when we listen to songs that give name to how we feel, or we write them, we can transmute and metabolize difficult emotions. And I felt better on the other side of this song. And I'd like to dedicate it to anyone here that's facing the hardest thing.
Y'all might want to grab some tissues. I'm just saying.
The room went out of focus when I heard that diagnosis.
words I never thought I'd hear. I told my family, then my friends, as we all tried to pretend that nothing bad ever happens here. But then there were cards and calls and flowers at my door. I don't feel so alone anymore. It's gonna take everything I've got. It's gonna take everything I've got. Everything to get me through. It's gonna take everything I've got. Everything I've got. Everything to see me through. So it's a good thing that I've got everything. My head was spinning with 1,000 split decisions, with my fragile faith and a rose quartz in my hand. But then family, friends, and neighbors, the kindness of strangers, when I think that I can't do this, they make me think I can. And it's gonna take everything I've got. Everything I've got. Everything to get me through. It's gonna take everything I've got. Everything I've got. Everything to see me through. So it's a good thing that I've got everything. 'Cause love is a real thing. And love is a real thing. And it's the only thing. And it's everything we've got. It's everything we've got. Everything to get us through. It's gonna take everything we've got. Everything we've got. Everything to get us through. So it's a good thing that we've got everything.
Dang, that's such a fucking good one. It was a good cap to the weekend through to the morning speakers this week. Dang.
Yeah, no, for sure. This week's speakers, again, tied in together, not randomly, intentionally, coincidentally.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. Yeah, I love how much like music can affect your emotion and like, yeah, I know it was the first one that popped up this morning when I searched it, and so I was like, oh, we're going with that one.
You know,
it's been a long time since we've done that one. I know there's a lot of new viewers since the last time that we did that one, and that was
You want to know a good example of that? A music video that it literally emphasizes what she was saying is Peanut Butter and Jelly by Galantis. They walk into a grocery store and everyone's just, doing their thing. One guy starts dancing. All of a sudden, the whole grocery store is absolutely just jamming out. Like that, to me, I would love to rock out in a grocery store and like some song comes on and everybody just starts fucking like flash dancing. Like I would get right into that every single time. Especially if it was like Journey or something and everyone's just, I'd be like, oh, hell yeah, let's go. I'd be like looking at people like, you got the next line? You got the next line? You got the chorus? I know you can sing. Like, oh yeah.
And then, like, the stuff he was talking about was, like, the different elements that you use in like music writing and music creation, stuff like that. Like it's
Like,
man, a minor key can really.
I was just gonna say, you don't write too many happy musics in drop D in your guitar. Just saying, you know what I mean? Like electric guitar and drop D, like.
Or you know when she's talking about how get your morning started with a upbeat song with a positive message, and it's like that's what I try to do here. Is there's a lot of
Yeah, absolutely. For me, my like non-Cove morning music would have to be "Sunshine" by One Republic, "Feeling Good" by the Gorillaz, "Dancing" by Aaron Smith. Fucking anything that's got a good flow. I've really been rocking the like dubstep EDM. Dead Mouse is really good if you like that kind of vibe. I'm a big Dead Mouse fan. Happy 420.
Happy 420, everybody. Cheers.
I'm never ever on my own. I got you, you got me, and that's why we're meant to be. I'm never ever on my own. I got you, you got me, and that's why we're meant to be. 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 Lost in desire, you take me higher than I've ever been before. Love on me like fire, temperature rising, and I can't take it anymore. 'Cause I have no choice, so I drown out the noise of what is screaming from within, inside my mind. 'Cause I have no choice, so I drown out the noise of what is screaming from within, inside my mind. I'm never ever on my own. I got you, you got me, and that's why we're meant to be. I'm never ever on my own. I got you, you got me, and that's why we're meant to be. 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 Lost in desire, you take me higher than I've ever been before. Love on me like fire, temperature rising, and I can't take it anymore. 'Cause I have no choice, so I drown out the noise of what is screaming from within, inside my mind. 'Cause I have no choice, so I drown out the noise of what is screaming from within, inside my mind. I'm never ever on my own. I'm never ever on my own. I'm never ever on my own. I'm never ever on my own.
Such a jam.
That's a jammy jam. That's a jammy jam. Jam.
All right, it is Friday. Reclaimed boogies are so hot.
I know. I was just gonna say, I seen that one. You got the
I always
Messi
just
boots?
check now. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, our company man this morning should hit close to
yeah.
home to everybody, because this morning's company man is Mountain Dew. Here we go.
Mountain Dew is easily one of the most successful soft drinks in the United States. For decades now, they have ranked among the top 5 best-selling soda brands in the country, controlling something like 6 to 7% of the overall market, with estimated sales of around $7 billion a year. A higher portion of those sales come from the Southeast and the Midwest, and that makes sense, considering it originated in Tennessee. Now, Coke and Pepsi have always led the industry, that's pretty cemented, but as far as non-cola products, the lead has shifted between Dr. Pepper and Mountain Dew. In 1996, after an incredible surge in popularity, Mountain Dew surpassed Dr. Pepper, but then exactly 20 years later, Dr. Pepper pulled back ahead, so it's been a close race for a while now. Before I go any further, I realize Mountain Dew isn't for everybody. It is high in sugar and caffeine and artificially colored a bright yellow, but even if you relate to Homer Simpson being repulsed by it and would much rather drink crab juice, I hope you can still see it as being a fascinating success story. The way that Mountain Dew has evolved and remained relevant through so many decades is impressive. So in this video, I want to talk about the history of Mountain Dew while outlining what I believe to be 5 of the biggest reasons behind its success. Starting off with the citrus flavor. Not to be confused with lemon lime sodas like 7-Up or Sprite, Mountain Dew contains orange juice along with extra caffeine and other flavors to give it a distinctive taste that is almost hard to describe. In 1932, there were 2 brothers named Barney and Ollie Hartman who operated an Orange Crush bottling plant in Augusta, Georgia. Outside of work, they liked to drink whiskey mixed with a locally produced lemon lime soft drink called Natural Setup. When sales slowed down during the Great Depression, they were forced to shut down and move up to Knoxville, Tennessee, where they soon took control of a different plant that bottled Pepsi Cola. Well, that lemon lime soda, Natural Setup, wasn't available in Knoxville, so the Hartman brothers started making their own version of it that they would distribute to friends and family, but they didn't make it available commercially until 1948. When they did, they called it Mountain Dew, and that marks its official debut on the market. But remember, it was still a pretty standard lemon lime soda. There was nothing too unique or proprietary about it, so it didn't sell that well. The following year, one of those brothers, Barney Hartman, died, and that did not help the situation. By 1957, the company was struggling. The Mountain Dew trademark was practically worthless, so they sold the rights to it to a Virginia company called Tip Corporation, reportedly in exchange for a $7 meal. It's hard to believe that the Mountain Dew trademark was sold for the price of a meal at one point, and that shows how unremarkable it was before that distinctive citrus flavor, which, by the way, was adopted while it was part of the Tip Corporation. There is some debate out there as to whether the new flavor was created as a result of market trials and taste tests, or if they took an existing formula and rebranded it. But either way, Mountain Dew now had that distinctive citrus flavor. It was unlike any of the other popular drinks on the market, so it quickly became a regional favorite. My point here is that Mountain Dew existed on the market for about a decade as kind of a copycat lemon lime soda, and it wasn't until they started using the unique citrus formula that things really started happening. And I mean it when I say things started happening. The next reason on my list is that in 1964, Mountain Dew was acquired by Pepsi. Probably the biggest single reason on the list, because they are clearly a company that can build a soda brand. Leading into the deal, Pepsi was having some trouble in that their growth rate was slowing down. They just hired a new CEO named Donald Kendall, who would lead the company for the next 23 years. Over that time, he helped orchestrate some big landmark deals and turn them into a massive business. I recommend this video I made if you want to hear more about the size of Pepsi, but one of his first moves and kind of a launching point was to acquire Mountain Dew, start distributing it nationally, and advertise it heavily. By the end of that decade, Mountain Dew had become the fastest growing soft drink in the country. Their sales had more than quadrupled, and it has continued to be their second best selling soda, behind only Pepsi itself. Maybe this is an odd comparison, but I still think it's interesting that Mountain Dew sales today are 35 times higher than the sales of the entire Pepsi company at the time of the acquisition, showing how much smaller everything was comparatively back then. Next up on my list is rebranding, because seriously, I challenge you to give me an example of a more dramatic rebrand than Mountain Dew. Hear me out here. Early on, their mascot was named Willie the Hillbilly, and all of their branding had a similar theme. I know that might sound kind of random, but it actually made perfect sense at the time. Remember, the product originated in Knoxville, Tennessee as a mixer for whiskey. In fact, it is named after a slang term before moonshine. That term was widely used back then. There's even an old folk song called Good Old Mountain Dew that was later made famous by Willie Nelson and used as the basis for the first ever Mountain Dew commercial in 1966. I mean, this is extreme stereotypical hillbilly stuff right here. This guy in the commercial is really bad at shooting turkeys until he drinks Mountain Dew, and then he's really good at it. And I wish I were kidding when I say that the song from this commercial is just stuck in my head. It is not going to come out.
After nipping at that good old Mountain Dew.
Hillbillies had become a big thing in pop culture at the time. One of the biggest TV shows was The Beverly Hillbillies, so they leaned into it with taglines like Yahoo Mountain Dew and it'll tickle your innards.
Yahoo! Mountain Dew!
Oh my goodness. So even though it all made sense and it gave them a comedic identity, it may not have been the most widely appealing. Going into the 1970s, they set out to target a younger, more active demographic by changing their logo into something that much more resembles the one that they have today and changing their campaign. The next one was potentially a little misguided, where they showed a bunch of people doing everyday activities without shoes on because the soda gave them that barefoot feeling. You know, it's so good it'll knock your socks off and make you want to relax. Looking back on it, we could see that focusing on people's feet during a soda commercial may not have been the greatest idea, but they ultimately found success with the tagline, Hello Sunshine, Hello Mountain Dew. The commercials would show young people running around and having fun in nature settings, and throughout the 1970s, they almost quadrupled their sales yet again. By the 1990s, they just continued building on that youth active lifestyle image by sponsoring the first X Games and coming out with new taglines like Get Vertical, and the one that I remember the most, Do the Dew. That was pretty iconic, right? Mountain Dew has evolved their branding to appeal to new demographics, and that has been a huge part in their efforts to grow and remain relevant over the past 60 plus years. Today, they are even heavily associated with the video game world. That is a world, by the way, that did not exist when Mountain Dew was first emerging. An example would be when they came out with Game Fuel to go along with the release of Halo 3 in 2007, and then they came out with Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel about a decade later as the first ever energy drink specifically for gamers with a no-slip grip, resealable lid, and ingredients shown to improve accuracy and alertness. I don't know about all of that, but it is going to lead me to the next reason behind their success: multiple variations. Mountain Dew is now widely known for releasing uniquely named, aggressively advertised, oftentimes colorful variations of their product. In the 1970s, they released a caffeine-free version, then in the 1980s, it was a sugar-free version, but that's all very standard, almost the exact same thing that Coke and Pepsi were doing. But then in 2001, they released cherry-flavored Code Red, and it was so successful that they kept creating other variations. Sometimes it would be seasonal or only available in certain places, so it was a great way to spark conversation about themselves and get people to run out and buy the new product that they've been hearing so much about before it's too late. Some of the more notable ones would be in 2003, orange-flavored Livewire was available for the summer and then kept coming back every year before it was finally made permanently available. Very similar to grape-flavored Pitch Black that was released for Halloween in 2004. That same year, they released probably their most popular variation, Baja Blast. That one was specifically made to be sold at Taco Bell as a way to raise restaurant sales of their high-margin fountain drinks, and then after a decade, it was finally sold in stores for a limited release, and then after another decade, to celebrate their 20th Baja-versary, it was put in stores for the full year. In 2008, they had this Dew-mocracy campaign, I'm saying a lot of new words in this video, where soda drinkers helped develop a flavor based on interactive games on their website, and then they voted on 3 finalists that were sold in stores over the summer. After 350,000 votes, 42% of them said they preferred blue raspberry flavored Voltage, and that became the new flavor. And then on top of that, there have been various energy drinks that use the Mountain Dew branding. I can truly be here for the next hour detailing various Mountain Dew variations, but I'm not going to do that because my intention here is simply to express how they have stayed relevant by repeatedly releasing new flavors with catchy names and labels that typically prove to be popular. My last reason behind their success is a lack of competition. Back in my first reason, I said that signature citrus flavor was the big new thing on the market way back in the 1950s, and everyone else was so slow to react to it. Sundrop is a competing soda that predates Mountain Dew, but it was still very small at the time, and larger companies did not pay much attention to it until Mountain Dew had already proven the concept to be successful on a national scale. Today, Sundrop is part of the Keurig Dr. Pepper company, but has always been trailing far behind Mountain Mountain Dew. The obvious direction to look for a competitor to the Pepsi-owned Mountain Dew would be Coca-Cola, right? But no, this is actually the only beverage category where Pepsi has consistently beaten Coca-Cola, and it hasn't even been close. In 1979, Coca-Cola released Mellow Yellow as a direct competitor, but it has really fallen short. It has been associated with racing ever since being featured on Tom Cruise's car in the movie Days of Thunder, giving it publicity, but it has never caught up to the same scale as Mountain Dew and has always trailed far behind. In 1997, they tried again, much more aggressively, when they released Surge with a $50 million marketing campaign starting with 2 Super Bowl ads and the distribution of 6 million samples and coupons. They called it their biggest launch since Diet Coke, and it did very well at first, but it gained a negative reputation from being unhealthy despite having similar ingredients to Mountain Dew, but I guess schools were even banning it from their vending machines. Plus, I think the hype died down and people just gravitated back toward Mountain Dew. By the end of that decade, sales of Surge were more than cut in half, and it was discontinued altogether in 2003. 2 years later, Coca-Cola tried a third time with Vault, saying it drinks like a soda, kicks like an energy drink. Again, none of it worked very well. Vault was discontinued in 2011, so they could refocus that energy back over to Mellow Yellow. That's when they relaunched it with new labels and entered new markets, but still, it is kind of sad for Coca-Cola. They're almost always the ones in control that the other companies are trying to measure up to, but in this instance, they just cannot close that gap. Mountain Dew established themselves early, made some smart decision, and has stayed on top of their game. It's like Pepsi knows how easy it is to fall behind in that industry, so they are not letting their foot off that accelerator for even a second. Let me know in the comments, what is your opinion about Mountain Dew? And if you do like it, what is your favorite variation of it? Maybe it's one that is come and gone, and we need to get that conversation going about bringing it back. Also, do you agree with my list of the reasons behind its success, or do you think there's more to it? Why do you think they have grown into a multi-billion-dollar brand? And any other thoughts you have about Mountain Dew, leave them in the comments. I'd like to hear.
So Mellow Yellow is delicious. Vault is good. Surge was delicious, but they're not the same.
No. Okay, so the reason why I don't like Code Red but respect Code Red, and I'll explain. I went to the opening of Code Red. There was a festival, a Code Red festival in Vancouver in like 1999 or something, dude. They set up a snow ramp in the summer. They set up freaking half pipes. There was vendors, and it was the Code Red release, right? All they served, Beans, was Code Red for like 48 hours straight. So all I drank was Code Red, and then I got heat stroke, and I got sick with having nothing but Code Red in me, so I cannot Code Red anymore.
I get that's why I don't banana, bro. Different reasons, but the same.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah. Mountain Dew has its own flavor, bro. It can't be replicated. It's delicious in its own self. Baja Blast is the fucking OG. It's the king. It's the best one. And then probably Code Reddish.
So
and
what's the
Livewire? But I agree, Christina. The Code Red nowadays and the Livewire nowadays is not the same.
What's the one I'm thinking of that my store has over here? I want to say like Purple Thunder or something, and it's Mountain Dew Slurpee.
I'm not sure.
Europe and I were talking about it the other day, and it's some kind of new purple one, but it's really good.
Purple Rain.
Yeah, Purple Rain.
Mountain Dew.
Dude, honestly, one of my favorite guitar players is Prince. He is such a good guitar player.
All right, let's do a back-to-back Company Man attack.
Oh, shit.
And since we're already on the subject, we'll do Pepsi.
Pepsi is a brand that just about everybody knows throughout the world because their products are sold in over 200 countries and territories. It's a company that you already know is big, but I'd be willing to bet that they're even bigger than most people realize. You may make the mistake in thinking that it's all the Pepsi brand or all soda. Well, that is not the case, and I'm making this video to show you otherwise. Consider this, a company that sells over $1 billion a year would be pretty big, right? Well, PepsiCo is the owner of 23 separate brands that all exceed that that figure, in addition to numerous others. It all combines to over $70 billion in revenue, consistently placing them toward the top of the Fortune 500 list, meaning they're one of the biggest companies out there. For today, I want to outline 5 of their sales categories that I think best demonstrate their size and diversity over the years. Some of them are unexpected, while others no longer exist, but they've all helped to shape PepsiCo into the globally significant company that they are today. Starting where else besides beverages, because as you may have guessed, it all started with Pepsi itself. It goes back to the late 1800s. A pharmacist in North Carolina that went by the name Doc Bradham created the original Pepsi in his drugstore. Coca-Cola was newly popular, and he made something somewhat similar to capitalize on that demand. Originally, he called it Brad's drink, but quickly changed it to Pepsi Cola. Once he had that formula down, he started a business around it that operated in a very similar way to Coca-Cola. He would make the syrup at his drugstore and sell it to the people who operated the soda fountains, where they would be responsible for mixing it with soda water and selling it to the customer. After a few years of that, Pepsi was gaining enough momentum for him to go full-time with it. He closed his drugstore and rented out a dedicated space to make the syrup. He then started franchising these bottling companies so it could be widely sold by the bottle rather than just at the fountain, and by the 1910s, he had built a sizable cola company. Here's where the trouble happened. World War I caused a lot of issues with the prices of sugar, which of course was impactful for a soda company. In short, after rationing, the prices skyrocketed. Bradham bought a bunch of it at those high prices in fear that it would jump even higher. Well, in reality, the prices quickly sank to something like 10% of what they were, and he had wasted a lot of money. It's such a sad story for him because he was forced to file for bankruptcy, sell the trademark and the formula and whatever else remained of the company, and return to his original career as a pharmacist. That second owner who bought all of it was also unsuccessful in his attempt at the business, despite trying for almost a decade. In 1931, he filed for bankruptcy, and it was the third owner that was finally successful with the product. So there you go. For anyone struggling to get their product out there, maybe you could find relief in the fact that Pepsi went through 2 bankruptcies before most people had ever even heard of it. But this third owner, he was fitting. His name was Charles Guth, and he was the president of a large chain of candy stores that would also sell soda. Once they bought the brand, he stopped selling Coca-Cola and started selling Pepsi Cola, which obviously helped with sales. But the real genius, and what I think propelled them to that next level, was their decision to sell it in 12-ounce bottles for 5 cents. They were twice as big as what Coca-Cola was selling for the same price, and considering it was during the Great Depression, that was a promotion that won over a lot of people. They even had this catchy jingle to promote it that was the first to be played nationally over the radio. Pepsi Cola hits the spot, 12 whole ounces, that's a lot, twice as much for a nickel too. Pepsi Cola is the drink for you. Alright, enough about Pepsi itself. That was kind of the springboard of the entire company, and the unlikely story of how it amazingly survived all of those shaky beginnings, but I have a lot more to talk about, so I need to pick up the pace here. Let me go through some of the more significant beverages, like Diet Pepsi. That one is significant because when it was introduced in 1964, it was the first nationally distributed diet soda, a full 18 years before Diet Coke was introduced, though they did sell a diet soda called Tab that was already introduced, but I'm getting sidetracked here. That same year, they introduced Mountain Dew, which quickly became their second best-selling soda. In the 1990s, they even surpassed Dr. Pepper as the best-selling non-cola product in all of the United States, and I don't think I have to tell you about all of the colorful variations that they've introduced since. In 1984, the lemon lime sodas sold by other companies like Sprite and 7-Up were becoming really popular, so Pepsi introduced Slice. It sold really well initially and stood out from the others because it was the first of its kind to contain real fruit juice. Slice has since been discontinued, and the current soda that they sell to fill that role as of 2003 would be Sierra Mist. In 1986, they acquired Mug Root Beer, which I wanted to mention because it's their main root beer offering, and I like the dog that's on the label. In 1997, they launched Aquafina, that quickly became the country's top-selling bottled water. Here's a big one. In 1998, they acquired the juice maker Tropicana for $3.3 billion. It was their largest acquisition to that point and instantly made them the #1 provider of juice in the country. Tropicana was much much bigger than Minute Maid, who was owned by Coca-Cola, so that victory was likely a big motivator for them to make that deal. In 2007, Pepsi added to their juice segment by buying the brand Naked as well, but in August of 2021, they announced that they would be selling all of it, but would remain 39% owner of the joint venture that would be created from the sale. In 2020, they bought Rockstar Energy for $3.85 billion. They already had a distribution agreement with them since 2009, so here they just bought the whole thing to complement their Mountain Dew branded energy drinks like Kickstart and Game Fuel. Speaking of distribution agreements, over the years, Pepsi has made deals in the form of strategic alliances or joint ventures as far as marketing, distribution, or manufacturing involving a number of other recognizable brands. These would include Ocean Spray, Lipton, Dr. Pepper, those Starbucks drinks that you see at the store, among many others. Altogether, these beverages account for 45% of their sales, so something like $30 billion, making it extremely large, but also meaning that it's not even half of their entire company. The remaining 55% comes from my next two categories, starting with snacks. Now, the biggest part of this category would easily be Frito-Lay. It gets crazy here because I've previously made a video talking about how just this segment is in fact bigger than you know. So I recommend watching that video if you want to hear more detail, but the overview of it is that they make a good portion of the stuff that you see in the snack aisle, including Doritos, Funyuns, Tostitos, Sun Chips, and even Cracker Jack. In 1961, Frito and Lay were two separate chip companies that merged together. In addition to the two obvious brands, they were also the makers of Cheetos, Ruffles, and Rolled Gold. Then 4 years after the Frito-Lay merger, that company merged with Pepsi-Cola, officially creating the PepsiCo company that we still have today. Pepsi was looking to grow and diversify, while Frito-Lay felt that teaming up with Pepsi would help their international operations. But likely the biggest reason behind the merger, and the most relevant one today, is the complementary nature between the products. Here we have salty snacks and a drink to go with them. They figured that that tie-in would lead to more effective marketing that could help sell each other's products. Unfortunately, the FTC didn't allow any kind of marketing in that way in fears of a monopoly and creating an unfair advantage. But in 1999, they did launch this sneaky initiative where they set out to convince grocery stores to sell the soft drinks right next to the snacks. Today, Frito-Lay North America accounts for 26% of their revenue, but 46% of their operating profits. So it's interesting to point out that Pepsi makes more income from these snacks than they do from their beverages. The remainder of their sales comes from other consumer foods. These are other brands that you see at the grocery store that you may not realize are made by Pepsi. Most of it comes from an acquisition that they made in 2001. It was the biggest one that they had ever made when they paid around $14 billion to buy Quaker Oats. They quickly became really involved in the market of breakfast foods by taking control of the obvious oatmeal stuff, but also the breakfast cereals of Life and Cap'n Crunch, in addition to the Aunt Jemima brand of syrup and waffle mix that has since been rebranded. And there were also some other random brands that were included, like Rice-A-Roni, but their main motivation for making this deal was the inclusion of the brand Gatorade. The big emerging market was thought to be non-carbonated drinks, and this was among the biggest brands in that market. Going into the deal, Pepsi controlled about 18% of that market, while Coca-Cola was barely beating them at 21%. But this acquisition put them all the way up to 33%. So if you're at the grocery store and you're not even in the beverage or snack aisle, it still shouldn't be too hard to find something that comes from PepsiCo. So that's what the company looks like today. It's mostly drinks, snacks, and breakfast foods. But I do have two more notable categories to talk about that were significant to them in the past. The first one of these being fast food, because believe it or not, PepsiCo was once one of the largest owners of fast food chains in the country. Listen to this. In 1977, they bought Pizza Hut. Then, in 1978, they bought Taco Bell. It was within like a few months of each other, so they were being aggressive with it. A big motivation there was to give them places to sell their soda. People drink a lot of soda at those places, and the best way to ensure that Taco Bell sold Pepsi products rather than Coke or something else was to buy Taco Bell. In 1986, they added to that segment when they bought Kentucky Fried chicken for about $850 million, meaning they own 3 of the country's top 10 fast food restaurants. Going into that deal, KFC did sell Coca-Cola products, but you better believe that they instantly switched over once Pepsi had something to say about it. It was incredible. Each one of them was a leader in their market, and even though they were always trailing McDonald's in terms of sales, they were consistently beating them in number of locations. Those were the 3 biggest chains, but throughout the 1990s, they continued adding even more to that segment. Some of the more notable ones being the hamburger chain Hot and Now, California Pizza Kitchen. They bought this Italian restaurant called East Side Mario's. At their peak in 1997, PepsiCo owned 29,000 restaurant locations, but it was distracting. The fast food market is intense. It's very competitive and constantly changing, so Pepsi felt that they would be better off exiting that market altogether so they can better focus on everything else that they had going on. Plus, much like with Frito-Lay, I don't think that they were helping their beverage sales quite as much as they had hoped. It actually kind of backfired in a way. Sure, everything they owned was serving Pepsi products, but the fact that they owned all of these restaurants was making other restaurants less likely to sell Pepsi products. It was like buying from the competition. If Popeye's Chicken were to sell Pepsi, it would be like they were supporting KFC. Do you see what I mean? It was a weird situation that they created, but in 1997, they took all of their core restaurants and spun them off into their own company while selling the rest of the smaller ones in separate deals. They do maintain relationships with many of them, but for the last few decades, that's as far as it goes. For my final category, I'm just going to call it Other, so I can mention a couple unexpected things from the past. Around 1970, and the one and only time in their history, Pepsi was looking to diversify beyond food and drinks, which resulted in some, I guess you would call, ill-advised acquisitions. Notably, they bought a moving company called North American Van Lines and a sporting goods company called Wilson. So in a video about how big Pepsi is and once was, how can I not mention that they once provided the official balls for both the NBA and the NFL. Then in the mid-1980s, they refocused their attention back on the food and drinks, sold these unrelated companies, and looking back at it now, it's kind of like a weird little point in their history. Let me know in the comments, was I right in saying that Pepsi is bigger than you know? I mean, I can't imagine that most people would associate them with snacks or restaurants or sporting goods. It's a crazy story with a lot of parts to it, so I was happy to talk about it. In fact, there are so many other videos that could be made concerning the stuff that I mentioned in this video. Obviously, there's Coca-Cola, all those fast food restaurants. I get to talk about any of them. Quaker Oats would be another good one. So let me know if you'd like to hear more about any of those, and any other thoughts you have about Pepsi, leave them in the comments.
Yeah, dude, Pepsi's ridiculously huge.
I don't know. We always buy more Coke products, not on purpose, I guess. But if I'm being honest, I like Pepsi's like alternatives. Like I like the Pepsi vanilla. I like the cherry Pepsi. I really like that one. And you guys have drinks we don't get. You guys definitely like. I saw
Same, you have drinks that we don't get.
I don't know, man. I mean, maybe like we don't have Yoo-Hoo. We've never had Yoo-Hoo, like ever. I've never seen Yoo-Hoo in a grocery store ever. I think it's Purple Thunder is the Mountain Dew I'm thinking of. We have a Purple Thunder, and it's like a blackberry flavor. I'm pretty sure. Me and Yerp were talking about it. Yeah, Purple Thunder or something like that. I know because my daughter loves it. It's just a good name. I'm sorry, all the Mountain Dew names are not shitty. That's another thing.
No,
branding for their names. Baja Blast, Purple Thunder, Code Red. Like everything's like fuck yeah. And Code Red was such a good marketing campaign because that was the name of some of the first computer games. Like fucking was Code Red.
Yeah, Command and
Counter-Strike and shit like that. The pre-Call of Duty, as I call it, was Counter-Strike.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, everybody, we'll smoke one more and call it a morning show. It is that time. Hand it over to Man-Bear.
Amazing morning show. I love the morning speaker. Music is so amazing. If you want to have a good musical laugh, go look up Why Haven't You Written a 4-Chord Song. Very hilarious. This band shows you that most songs are written with 4 chords and very upbeat, happy songs. Absolutely amazing. Make sure you spread some love and positivity. Do something nice for a stranger. We will catch you this afternoon.
Much love, everybody. Thank you guys so much for hanging out this morning. It's been a great morning speaker. I know we've done that one before. It was a long time ago, but it was fucking great tearjerker. Love it. Great company, Mans. I think those are always awesome as shit. And as always, great to stay in history with Vicki Bowers. I hope to see everybody this afternoon on Children of the Cove. We will have marble racing, and then just who knows from there. Basement Brawl tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And hopefully I've got like 3 hours on my messenger lock. So, I hope you guys all have an amazing rest of your day. Make sure that you're following your entertainment. Make sure you're getting into those Rigs 3 mystery boxes. If anybody has any questions, please reach out. We will get you in touch with whatever you need to get you your ticket to Planet Europe. Make sure you're following Sir Coughs a lot. Thank you very much, Facebook, for giving him his page back. It's well deserved. And so many fuck yous from the Cove. But hey, it's all right. Make sure you're following Man-Bear. Much love, man. It's always wonderful hanging out on the morning show with you. And thank you to anybody and everybody who helps support the Cove. Cove TV is truly, literally brought to you guys by viewers like yourself. And we would not be able to do this without you. Much love, you guys. I hope to see everybody this afternoon. And cheers.
City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile. And on every street corner, you'll hear silver bells, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile. And on every street corner, you'll hear silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city, in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Strings of streetlights, even stoplights, blink a bright red and green as the shoppers rush home with their treasures. Hear the snow crunch, see the kids rush. This is Santa's big day. And above all this bustle, you'll hear silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city, in the city. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, hear them ring, very soon it will be Christmas Day. Strings of streetlights, even stoplights, blink a bright red and green as the shoppers rush home with their treasures. Hear the snow crunch, see the kids rush. This is Santa's big day. And above all this bustle, you'll hear silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city, in the city. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, hear them ring, very soon it will be Christmas Day. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, very soon it will be Christmas Day. Silver bells, silver bells, it's Christmas time in the city, in the city. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling, hear them ring, soon it will be Christmas Day.
Much love, everybody. We'll catch you this afternoon.